You guys, I totally got played, only for a few hours, but seriously, stay tuned. So, crazy night, we're out to live music, walking around, chatting, having a ball, great band, and talking to whoever, talking to everybody, talking to whoever. Yes, I practice what I preach. So I'm out, and right all of a sudden, in my line of vision, is this guy staring at me, completely locked eyes on me, and just held my gaze. We walked up to this group of people, introduced ourselves, and he just completely zeroed right in on me, tunnel vision on me, which was great because I thought, he's attractive, he doesn't have a ring on, we'll just see where this conversation goes. This is kind of an unexpected turn of events. My friends and his friend kind of, float away. We end up just talking to ourselves, and then we're out dancing, and before we know it, the venue shuts down. And then we sit down while the band's packing up and all that, and we're still chit-chatting. Endless things to talk about, every single thing in common, having a ball. Like, we're just really aligned. And so this is, again, such an unexpected surprise. I'm really excited. This is so fun and intriguing and interesting. He's attractive. We align on so many levels. And then he's like, okay, do you want to go somewhere else and have a drink? I'm like, sure. So we drive, to the only place that's open in this area, have a ball talking. It's his birthday coming up. And so I'm like, oh, I'd love to buy you a drink for your birthday. He was a gentleman. He wouldn't let me. Another good sign. That was really sweet. And we just sat and talked for another couple hours. So he tells me during the day he's dating. Now, he told me this at the venue. And my response later, before we left the venue, like when we got into deeper conversation, was, well, I'm a relationship girl. I'm just wired that way. That's who I am. And just to kind of let him know that dating is great. It's just not, my speed. We get to the end of the night. He kisses me goodnight. This is a full, long evening now. This is probably like 6 hours of chatting. The next day, someone that I hardly know texts my girlfriend that I was with and says he's been cheating on his girlfriend and has been for years. And I'm like, he said he was dating, said nothing about a girlfriend. He has already texted me now. The next morning, texted me, thanked me, had a great night, just things that normally a gentleman would do. There's not really any red flags at all. So when she sent me this text, I thought, maybe they broke up, or I just didn't see any red flags in this guy. And I always do. I'm really intuitive and perceptive. And so this was like, maybe I just missed this one. So I text him and I say, tell me more about your relationship status. And he says, I'll tell you my whole convoluted story. Call me. Well, that's telling right there, isn't it? He can't just text me back. That's a sign. So now I'm fully prepared before we even go into the phone call. I'm like, there's some bizarre story here, and it's just not going to really jibe with what I told him I'm interested in and what he said he was doing. And yeah. So we get on the phone. He tells me he's been divorced for a while and he's dating. He's just not really sure what he wants or what he's doing, but he's enjoying the moment. He's having a great time. And he said none of these things to me. What this is leading up to is I've been dating someone for 2.5 years. She's long distance, which I don't want. She doesn't hardly drive to me. I do all the work driving to her. We see each other every other weekend. Okay. Well, they're not committed though. He said, we don't really talk about commitment because she doesn't want to. She's not ready to yet. It's been 2.5 years, people. This is friends with benefits then? What is it? Because really, every other weekend only gets you so far. And after 2.5 years as grown adults, how do you not know if you want to commit to someone? And let's say all this is true. The man that stays with a woman like that is in a completely different space than me, because her not knowing what she wants after 2.5 years is a huge red flag. He should be running for the hills. He doesn't know his own mind or what he wants or needs yet, which means he's not for me, because I need someone who's confident, knows what he wants and needs, and it's just in a relationship place in life. So he tells me, we're not committed. I don't know what she does. She doesn't know what I do. And we only kissed. We didn't sleep together or anything. That was his answer. And he kept saying, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. And I said, well, you didn't hurt my feelings. And he interrupted me 3 times to say, Actually, that means I hurt your feelings. Actually, that means I hurt. Okay, now you're making it worse because you're telling me, someone that's worked in mental health for 25 years, what my feelings are, and telling a woman what her feelings are when she's trying now for the third time to explain them to you. It's really funny because the 3 girlfriends that I confided in this story about interrupted me each time and said, he didn't hurt your feelings. So this whole thing was a huge comedy show, except that I was really mad that he wasted my time, and he knew he was doing it. He knew he was using me because it was almost his birthday, and his girl, whatever her status is, wasn't really going to celebrate with him, and his children weren't either. I'm like, I wasted a whole night on this guy, and yes, it was only one, but still my time is really precious to me, and I just, as a fellow human, was really mad at him for getting me enthralled with all this connection and conversation. And we did. We had a million things in common. I saw no red flags, or I never would have gone out for that drink with him. So don't feel bad. If somebody takes advantage of you, uses you, do not feel bad. It happens to the best of us. And here's why there weren't red flags. Because his energy was completely open, like a single man. No ring, obviously. But when you walk into a place with your masculine energy out, which he did, so instantly that's attractive, right? He's an attractive man. And then, so that's 2 things. But then his energy was wide open, smiley, friendly, talkative, really bold, zeroed right in on me, picked me out of everyone in the place to chat with. So those are all very attractive, confident things, but none of those things are typically a man would do if he's taken, but he doesn't perceive himself as taken. So this is not dating. Yeah, don't let anybody sell you anything different. Being with a woman for 2.5 years is not dating. That's either friends with benefits or an open relationship. That is not dating. So he just flat out lied to me, misled me intentionally, and used me because it was his birthday. And he just wants to live life. Well, pick someone else to live life with. Don't pick a relationship girl. So when this happens to you, if it does, I'm so sorry. It really stinks, but don't take it personally. They're just being slimy, and they're using you, and you only wasted so much time in them. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get in your own head that you didn't catch on soon enough. It happens to the best of us. Anytime you want to talk about your dating story, I'm at true-connection.net. See you next time.